for example. So that's just spirituality. That's the example of what spirituality means. The things that override your mind. Your mind is a calculator. Your mind is a computer. Where you have masters of this computer, like, okay, it is wrong to do this, it's right to do this, but we're doing this. This is spirituality, the thing that can override your brain. Spirituality is something that can, it's like, for example, of being spiritual, fasting. You know, your body is hungry, your brain says food, you see food in front of you, but you have spirituality that says you control it, your brain, you know, you're in control of your brain. So you have to understand the difference in spirituality. So the brain, people judge brain a lot, but they don't judge it on the context of what is spirituality behind this brain. So a lot of people, they will judge people by how clever they are, which is like, can they take advantage of other people as fast as possible. But in some odd people's cases, that's not their spirituality. Their spirituality is not taking advantage of people's stuff, you know, or being faster or being cheating. So some people might look like losers just because they are not in, their brain doesn't allow them to be cheaters. So, you know, in the world of cheaters, anybody losing is a loser. But in the world of spiritual, like, if you're an ethical person, you can look at someone that doesn't have money and think, okay, this is a rich person. Look at the people, there are many people that wouldn't, but you can respect them more than someone who has a lot of cash, even though you might want to get cash from that rich person. But if you look at a complete person, I'll say to you, their spirituality is what gives you that respect that you have from them, because everybody has a brain. But the reason why people choose to do certain things is the reason why people respect them. So people respect spirituality. The brain is a very common machine that everybody has. The lion is coming, everybody run. That one is normal brain. The rain is falling, bring your umbrella. That's one normal brain. I'm not saying that spirituality means crazy, but imagine what fasting is. You're a very rich man, you have millions of pounds in your account, but you're fasting. That looks crazy to a poor man who is not fasting. It's like, what are you doing? This person is stupid. Look how much food they have, they don't even eat. So that's spirituality. Let me just put that before it goes too far. So the similarity between the spirituality in Shinto and African spirituality is what we're talking about now. Now the second part is about the shared foundations. You know, like they live in nature. You know, this thing has spirit, that thing has spirit. The dead, the ancestors. You know, so I was comparing Shinto, and because, you know, Japan was a country that was led to develop their religion freely. They didn't have any colonization by spiritual politicians, you know, like Christians, Muslims. Those are political, spiritual movements. I'm not saying they're right or wrong, but they have political ambitions to colonize and teach people what they think is the right way. And they have doctrines that say that we have to do this. So they follow that and move towards that. And in Shinto, you don't have this doctrine. So people don't go around trying to spread Shinto. That's why you don't know what Shinto is. But Japan has a very strong military. So if their religion told them that they have to spread Shinto, maybe they would have spread it very far. Maybe in some African countries by now I'll be speaking Japanese. But yes, I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying Japan is the best country in the world or not. Every country has its ups and downs. I'm just giving you an example of how things develop based on colonial powers stopped us from understanding our own spirituality and made us reject it because of the political system that was set up, whereby more forward people who accepted colonial preachings faster were given rewards, cookies, you know. Even when the Muslims came, they took over and they gave, if you follow them, they give you chief and all that you eat. If you don't, they give you slavery. What do they call it? Christians do the same thing. You come in your land, they be like, yeah, sweet, nice things, but they deserve, in their books, they say you deserve slavery if you're not a Christian, you don't believe in God, your God is inferior. Every other God is inferior. So they have this superior God, inferior God situation. And in Africa, we don't do a superior God, inferior God. You see that they have their gods next to each other for thousands of years. Benin people serve their God, the Yoruba people serve their God, Igbo people serve their Hausa people serve their gods before these big political religions came. In a way, they know there's only one God, so maybe they even did us a favor by making us stop arguing rubbish argument, which gods. We didn't argue with each other, but since we're coming together, there was going to be this argument, and that problem is solved. Even language-wise, we're going to fight about whose language we're going to speak, and that problem has been solved. We're speaking English, we're speaking French. Don't worry, it's okay. That was just a small injection. Imagine someone give you injection, He will hurt you, he will pain you, he will blink blood, this and that, but they don't give you something. Now God sent those people come give us English and such religion, because God is one God, and all these religions, they're not far from each other in origin, in meaning, in direction, which means they try to make you a better person, basically. So as I said, that's part two, where we have this similar kind of understanding of life. Like, community is more important than individual. Where people in the Igbos, we didn't have kings, we had chiefs. All the people were chiefs. They used to not make decisions but think, critically think out loud. So they are using their wisdom. They think about, they help people solve problems get solved. No need of king is for what? So there are different types of things. I know in Japan they had emperor and stuff, but what I'm trying to say to you is, we're not trying to say how similar we are. We're trying to say that if you don't understand how Africa is supposed to look they had their independence, you have to look at Japan, how Africa was before people started bringing their religion, Christianity and Islam, into the continent. We were not really as people think we are now, which is, give me money. We're very cool, calm people. We didn't say give me. First of all, before colonials, there's a reason why Europeans came here. We are the richest continent. We are still the richest continent in the world right now. The reason why they came to the country is to help to themselves. There was no food in Europe. They had to come and get food here. Facts upon facts upon facts. They were getting more than we're giving them. They used to bring mirror and glass and all the stupid things for us to give them real things. Gold. They had gold everywhere. This is just an example. So this is not anti-white or anti-black. I'm just saying, remove all these colonial powers and look at Africa. You know what I'm trying to explain here, which is we don't practice the same things that Christians and Muslims practice. If we did practice it, by the time the Christians and Muslims arrived in Africa, they would have met one religion. But instead, they met many groups of people who practiced many religions freely, and respected the people, respected the plants, respected the animals, respected the river, respected the air. That's why Africa was clean, and that's why it was super clean. And now we got all those plastics. We have bought the ideas that we need to wrap our food in plastic. So if you look at the dirt everywhere now today, you're talking about imported dirt, plastics. But let's not go there. We're talking about spiritual similarities. So we've taken our own religions as the bad ones, the ones that are very dumb. And then we've gone to church and we've united. There's nothing wrong with that, but now we have some little space and little independence. There's no knife in your neck. You have to look back at you. Look in the mirror and look at who you are. You're like dressed like funny when you are coming out saying you're Christian, you're Nigerian, African, because all religions are cultures that spread through political and physical pushing, So you have to know who pushed into you, who has influenced you, who has changed you, and what are you, who you really are. So that's the second part. Another part is similarities. We'll talk about, like, they have a collective identity, respect for elders, social responsibility. Like if you go to villages those days, you'll find that everywhere was clean, because there's no strangers there. Every land was owned by a family, and that family was maintaining. Africa was not dirty before colonial people came before Christians and Muslims came. No, everybody was family. You can't have dirty family now. What is there to clean? What is dirty? First of all, you have to understand what is dirty. Is it leaves that will fall on the ground and you won't clean it? That's dirty. If you leave it there, don't you know it will decompose and form ground again? So even cleaning was such a funny situation. When everything is natural, cleaning is reduced, because if you think about what we call cleaning, we're talking about artificial things. We had mud houses. If you break this house, you get mud. You get mud. Sustainable build. Everything was sustainable. Trash. What is trash? Trash means that thing is not eco. That's what trash means. It's not eco-friendly. We're talking about eco-friendly environment, completely eco-friendly. Why would we need a trash can? For what now? What are we eating that's not consumable by the earth? Water clean, river was clean. So that social responsibility is what really not just to the people, but also to the plants and animals, to make sure that we are being fair and kind as much as possible to animals, to plants, to rivers, to everything, because we put a life into them. We say this is not just a dog. It's a spirit inside this dog. It's not just a river. There's a spirit inside the river. Don't dirty the river. Okay, you get me? So that's the advantages of what do you call it? Putting life into items, where we put life, we say these things are alive, but people think they are dead. Trees, for example, trees are alive, but we put more life into trees than most people do, special trees and stuff like that. Look at some other similar, like we both think that nature, what they call it, Shinto and African people, they both think that nature is sacred and alive. Yeah. In contrast, look at all those imported religions. They always think that nature is a source of food. It's a resource. It's how you eat. It's how you survive of nature. But we didn't think like that. We thought of it like a system that provides for us and we provide for it. And it's perfect because God is God. God is perfect. And we all perfectly fitted into it, So that's one of those similarities where because of our respect for everything, we had a very, very calm environment where people, not say calm as in, we had a very reasonable environment where people were very sustainably acting sustainably because of the respect they had for individual things that people call just resources or food, or just like a cow, just eat the cow, no respect. No, there's all these prayers before halal. We got prayers for cows and everything we eat, prayer, and we respect the animals. We treat them, not give them rubbish food. I'm talking about before those people in Shinto as well. You see, they are respecting their ancestors. Now, if you go to Nigeria, you say your ancestors, people, all these Christian converts that just converted 2 weeks ago, last week, they're calling their parents Christ people. All those people will shout, they'll say, no ancestors, those are backwards things. Meanwhile, the Christians that you're talking about, they have saints. And you know what saints are? Saints are ancestors, dead people that they venerate, they call their name, they pray to them, saying this and that. They double you, my friend, they're doubling you. Your ancestors are the saints. And they told you, don't have saints. Don't have your own ancestors. Have saints. Saint Augustus. Who's Augustus? Your cousin. So now you have a saint that you don't care about you. If you don't know what saint is, they have saint per city. This is the city saint. This saint is for this city. This saint is for this town. They in Nigeria, they praise as Saint Augustus of Canterbury. Saint, are you, So you got to use your brain. Why not go cause innocent people, sure? Well, yeah, when they say your ancestors, they talk about saints. We are very active people here, so we like to forward. Before you don't forward, go Saint Augustus, but your saint is local. Go and find your saint. Maybe they pray to your saint. Maybe ask your saint what's up. Evil after in Africa, we never had this thought of hellfire where say people go die, they go to hell or go to heaven, this and that. The focus was on balance, and same time saying same thing with Shinto. The focus on balance, everybody balance, live the life, so that you go add to this world very well. Not scaring people with fear about who's going to die, who's going to do this and that. None of that. Just letting people know that love is real here now. Not if you don't love, you go to hell, you'll burn in fire. This small picking way you go to tell story. So they will tell you a story to make you good boys, but they're not still good, those people. So you'll say, but there's a big difference now. China, Japan, and Africa. I'm using Nigeria. I don't know Africa, but I'm using Nigeria specifically. So, but you have to understand that Africa was colonized. Yeah. So the spiritual systems, they were suppressed. They were labeled as witchcraft. They will label them as witchcraft because then they don't want people to start feeling big that your God will help you or this, because they know faith is the number one power. Once you start getting faithful, this is not right, my God will help. No, when you know Jesus, that man's God is the number one God, you even try to obey that man more. So the difference is Japan was not colonized. They retained their cultural authority and they preserved, their Shinto was preserved and respected. It means if even now it's seen the small, it's very easy to calculate. Now that USA has been taking over Japan for a couple of decades, let's say 50 years after the Second World War, they didn't let Japan doesn't have an army, so now they've taken their sovereignty. And what are they doing? They're doing the same thing, but they're doing it slowly, witchcrafting the old ideas, like Shinto, Buddhism. They don't let them even think too much about it. Not that they don't let them practice it, but the media is making the young kids The young ones think that's bullshit, man. You want to be American is number one, man. You want which kind? Not that they are giving them Christian vibe. This is not Christian. This is another vibe, American religion. Big meat burgers. Just not the food, but the behavior. I don't want to. Just the culture. They are selling their culture through media, and the people of Japan, they're losing their culture to the media. So now we don't need religion, they got media. Even religions are losing their power to media. That's why most religions are strong. They don't want media. If you look at Jehovah's Witness, they don't like television. Why? Because that is a religion's. That's a constant evangelist of another religion. The television is an evangelist of some other religion. There's some religion controlling television, and every time you listen to what they're telling you there, you believe. You don't know what is saying, whether it's true or not. You believe. Today's weather. That's how they were saying COVID-19. 1,500 people died 2 hours ago. 3 hours ago, 900,000 those died. We check the fact now. They say it's not COVID that killed them, something else, but they were because they had positive. So you believed. That's a religion. Anybody can preach to you and you believe. You're practicing a religion. You understand? So believe. So one friend says that Japan is not colonized, but now they are seeing the traces of something like colonization through media. So people are now behaving like way like Nigerians now want to be American. You go to Japan, a lot of Japanese they want to be American. It's not your fault, Niger. It's the same media. They got you buzzing in Nigeria. You want to be American, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian. You want to be famous. You want to be, see them, the people who ain't getting yash, they do BBL. I don't understand this kind of mumu people, sha. You gonna drink, you gonna wear 4 coats for Africa. If they get that sun, they don't wear clothes at all. 0 clothes. They wear 4 coats. So as I was saying, this is colonization through media. The impact of this colonization is that Africans are stigmatized. They are sometimes they're even legally socially suppressed. So if somebody want to open shrine now, see all these people, they'll come the waka past. We go burn this shrine in the name of Jesus Christ. We go show these people any demon here, your demon, you crazy, who born you? Why they come at church? Because they talk say demon, they my church. Because they don't press your button for America. I've been at Rome, they press your button. Now you don't come here, they press when Fulani men they oppress you. But if you see your boy now, your boy they do this thing. They practice their own thing that his forefathers practice. You get the mind to come and because you're waiting. That's physical. You want to physically oppress them because they're waiting to do you be that, but you don't know. That's how they have done to you. They have physically oppressed you for so long that you got Stockholm syndrome. They even release you, still they practice Christianity. You see that in African traditions, they've been stigmatized, sometimes legally and socially suppressed, while Japanese traditions have been institutionalized, source of national pride and globally respected. There's a big difference. I'm not saying that I'm just trying to explain the progress, why you don't see yourself properly. Your progress was cut off and you got grafted. You know what is grafting? When plants graft, they grafted you. Christian, it's still awkward. It's not going pure for you. If you go to Rome now, say you're a son of Christ, they will look you well. So which Christ you talk about? Which kind of Christ are you talking about here? Survival of African spirituality. If you want to check it, look at Brazil. Just a little less stigmatized Brazil. They practice our religions there. Brazil, they practice Yoruba, Haiti, Cuba. What they're practicing is what we gave them. It's a young boy already practiced something, yeah, and he goes somewhere else. Like they carry him over. Those people, they got what they practice from Africa. They waiting they got it from the Brazil farm. No, they got it from Africa. They made it their culture, their religion. Candomblé, voodoo, and all those other ones for Cuba. They have adapted African religions that they got from Africa directly, not from anywhere else. So if you look at them, you go tell them about Jesus, they won't listen to you because they're not stigmatized. They don't have they have the openness to practice it, and they have seen it work hundreds of times. So the point is, I want you guys to have some pride in your own origins. This video is specifically for those people who look at the ancestors and think all their ancestors have gone to hell, or their ancestors were practicing rubbish, or all those things have changed now. Jesus have come. Both. Just take it easy. Just don't. All I say is take it easy, because I don't want to criticize you. You are a victim of, colonization. Simple. So if you're looking at your ancestors, they are stupid. Those people that used to do rubbish, they go to shop leaf. You might be insulting yourself, because by the time the research come out later, you will say you denied yourself a golden opportunity to look yourself properly in the mirror and be proud. Everybody got their religion. It's a thing, that cultural thing. People believe something. Those people are strong enough. They colonize you. They come to your land and they will tell you about, this is the way, man. Don't talk about your God. This is my God. Your God, okay, I'll kill you right now if you don't. And you obey what they're saying, because it's a very brutal, violent world. So the final question, if African spirituality had been labeled like Shinto, would it be respected instead of stigmatized? Think about it. If African spirituality had been labeled like Shinto, so what do you mean labeled like Shinto? Just say it's been given its day. So it's not part of the colonial effort, was not to change our religion, for example, like they did in Japan. They colonized their army. They colonized them in Germany. They colonized them in Japan, but they didn't go for their culture. They left their culture for them. And people say it's because they don't have a lot of resources, so they thought, I don't really want nothing real. But if it was because people haven't seen what it could be like, they don't have a vision to visualize what a continent would look like if something was not what it is. And it is what it is right now. Africa was colonized by both Muslims and Christians. But I want you to understand what you're looking at when you look at that native doctor, when you look at that chief priest or that priest. You're looking at someone that has survived a lot of problems, like has survived a lot of attacks, and you start giving those people energy, because they have kept your traditions for you while you were sick mentally, attacking them. Your own nurse, they were nursing your culture while the people were attacking. It's like a nurse in a psycho home. When you're attacking the nurse taking care of you, that's you, the psycho. You're attacking those people as crazy. Meanwhile, now you the Chris. I tell you, anybody for Africa where they practice foreign religion, that one no well. It's not well, because at this 2026 there's information everywhere. You have not read nothing. Not that you're not well, but you are not well. There's mental illness. So if you say yellow is black, they will say if you get called up diaspora. You understand? So you have a cultural diaspora. Because if you day Africa, they practice American religion. In Africa, practice American culture. You have a cultural diaspora. I don't know that word if I'm making. I don't care about the word. You know what I mean? You have a problem with understanding which is which, because you're not from that side, my guy. When they design Jesus Christ, they don't design your face. Believe me. Some people now they claim Jesus is black. Jesus is black. They will tell you, but they're telling you because they need to keep walking. Jesus is black. They will tell you, but they tell you. They say easy. The news that they don't want you to hear, you can never hear it. So if they tell you Jesus is black, that's what they want you to hear. It's the next stage. When they were going around the world, they even said Jesus was Mexican when they were going to Mexico. So the point is, I don't want to fight people and their religion. I want you guys to respect each other. Anything you decide to practice what you want to practice, but respect the other person. Because my house is not the place to fight. So we know the fight for my house means we don't come here now and start arguing whose religion is better. Meanwhile, being not religious at all, not spiritual at all. You're not even trying to go to the heaven that you say you're going to go. You want to go to hell for this God. For God, you already go hell. Who told you to? You're not, think clearly, you're not fighting for God. You're fighting for your own pocket. If you are trying to convince people so badly that they are doing the wrong way by killing them, you've just gone to hell. No, right? Didn't they tell you not to kill? You're trying to convince people to do the right thing, and your way is to murder them. And you know your devil don't deceive you now. Devil deceive Adam and Eve. Why can't he deceive you? Who you be? So my point is just simple. I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to say very simple roundup. Research the way you have read about the Bible. Try read about your own tradition. Just one book if you find. At least the Bible is a very big book. Many chapters. Try read at least 5 chapters of your own tradition. May you know how you feel. Try to find some knowledge. Without the Bible, you won't know anything about Christianity. Find knowledge about yourself. Find your Bible. Find your own. Find where they write the story of your beginning and how it starts. Some people know I'm Igbo. Some people don't know the beginning of Igbo. Chineke. They don't know. Even my parents, they try to hide them from me. They don't want me to hear that kind of thing. They will say, if my children hear, they will think I'm a bush boy. I'm a bush woman. I want them to think I'm a modern woman. Jesus is modern. All those things, all those bush. So if you what do you call it? If you've read books of your Bible, there is also a book in your own tradition. That Bible is a bunch of people living their life. They write about them. Now, so your ancestors live their own life. Now, so they document some kind of things. Find out from your parents, your grandparents, your uncle, your aunties, what happened for your life, for your own culture. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm trying to find the point of this video is to give yourself self-respect so that you don't jump into like, oh, my house is not good, let me go to another person. They will not respect you. Won't be a houseboy for that house. Go look at them now. Go to Vatican. Say you want to work in the house of the Lord. They'll tell you no. Yeah, we don't want you in the house of the Lord. Lord God don't want you here right now. Go to the Muslim one self. Like you want to be the main member of the Mecca show. Can you speak Arabic to the high level? Show you, Chris. Can you speak high level Arabic? I mean, your Arabic doesn't sound well, my guy. The Arabic doesn't sound very clearly. Can't be at the high level now. So if you look at all those things clearly, you will see very clearly that they are all personal. They are personal groups. Yes, they are going to heaven. God is with them, and God is also with you. You understand? Their own is their own. Your own is your own. More go heaven. More see who will be in heaven. You know, who will be in heaven? Not whose concepts has more violence backing it. Okay, let's take it from there, guys. I just wanted to put that out because I made this 2 video. I haven't had the time to. I was so busy, man. I haven't had time to do all the recording. Well, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to give you the next video very soon because I go from time. Thank you very much, all these new subscribers and viewers. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe times 2, yeah? Or else nothing will happen. Bye.